Friends, welcome. After complement of set, it's time to take a law based on complement of set, which is De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law says that when there are two sets A and B, then A union B whole complement will be equal to A complement intersection B complement. And one more point regarding this law is that when A intersection B whole complement is given, so it will be equal to A complement union B complement. Now just see how we will prove this law. Actually, there are two ways of proving. One is by using Venn diagram, and this is analytical method or theorems based. Let X be an arbitrary element of A union B dash, right? Because here we have to prove A union B dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. It means when we have to prove that two sets are equal, so we have to prove that this first one is the subset of second one and this second is the subset of first. In that case, both set will be equal. So I am using the same concept here. And we already know how to prove that a set is a subset of other set. For this we have to prove that an element must belongs to this set, and finally the same element must belongs to this set also. So then we will say that this first one is a subset of second. So assume that X be an arbitrary element and this element is present in A union B dash. So when this X belongs to A union B dash, this is belongs. Belongs means this X is present in A union B dash. So obviously when this is present in A union B dash, so it will not be present, it will not belong to A union B, because we already know when an element is in complement, it will not be in main set. Remember, like when X belongs to A, like when X belongs to A, it does not belongs to A complement. This is a theorem. So in the same manner, this X does not belongs to A union B. And when X does not belongs to A union B, it means X does not belongs to A and X does not belongs to B, because we already know here we are sure that if X is not present in A union B, why I am saying, because this is A union B. So this rectangle is universal set, this is A, this is B. So the whole portion is A union B. So when X is not present in A union B, it means X is not present in A as well as in B. So if X is not present in A, it means X is present in A dash. Similar theorem. And similarly, when X is not present in B, it will be present in B dash, or it will belongs to B dash. So when X belongs to A dash and X belongs to B dash, it means X belongs to A dash intersection B dash. This is the definition, because it means X is an element of A dash as well as B dash. It means X is the common element of A dash intersection B dash. So this X belongs to A dash intersection B dash. So now see here, this X belongs to this set, and finally this same X belongs to this set also. It means this set A union B dash is the subset of A dash intersection B dash. This is point number 1. Now for point number 2, assume another element like Y. Y is an arbitrary element of A dash intersection B dash. Now we will assume that this element belongs to A dash intersection B dash. So when this Y belongs to A dash intersection B dash, we will say that this Y belongs to A dash and this Y belongs to B dash, because Y is in both part. How? This is A, suppose this is B, this is A dash, say this is B dash. So this is common portion, A dash intersection B dash. If any element Y is present here, so obviously this Y is in A dash and this Y is also in B dash. So that's why this Y is in A dash and this Y is in B dash. If Y is present in A dash, it will not be present in A. And in the same manner, if Y belongs to B dash, Y does not belongs to B. So if y is not present in A and is not present in B, it means y will not be present in union. Obviously, if y is not in A, y is not in B, it means y is not in A union B. Now see here, if y does not belongs to A union B, it means y will belongs to A union B dash. Now see here, this y belongs to A dash intersection B dash, and the same y belongs to A union B whole dash. It means this set is the subset of A union B dash. Now from equation number 1 and 2, just see, this set is the subset of this and the same set is the subset of this set. It means when A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then A and B are equal. So hence we can say that this A union B dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. Students, please remember this is very strong technique, and this technique will really help you in proving of a critical theorem, complicated theorems. Like, so you must remember these small techniques, like x belongs to a set, and if the same x belongs to the second set, then first set is the subset of second set. Similarly, second part can easily be proved. Now let's take a question where A is 1, 2, 3, 5 and the set B is 2, 4, 3, 5, and one universal set is given which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have to verify this De Morgan's law. And this De Morgan's law says that A union B whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. Actually, this law is true for all sets. So here what will be A dash? So A dash means U minus A. I hope you know very well that complement of set means difference from universal. So this is U minus A. So it means take those elements which are present in U but not in A. So just see, this 2 is present in U but not in A. So we will write. Similarly, 4 is here but 4 is not here, and 6 is here, 6 is not here, and finally 7 is here but 7 is not present in A. So this is A dash. It means take only those elements which are present in U but not in A. Similarly, this B dash is U minus B, which will be 1, 6, 7. And one more point, find out A intersection B also here. So A intersection B means common elements. So common is 3 and 5. Now De Morgan's law says that A union B whole complement is A complement intersection B complement. So first find out A union B complement. So for A union B complement, first find A union B. So A union B will be the like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is A union B. Like we will merge both sets. So this is A union B. So what will be A union B dash? So dash means U minus same set, because if it is written A dash, it means U minus A. So for A union B dash, it is U minus A union B. So means take those elements which are present in U but not in A union B. So just check, this 1, 2, 3, 4 is already present, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both elements are present, but 6, 7 are present in U, but the 6, 7 is not in here, A union B. So this A union B dash is 6, 7. And simply A dash intersection B dash. So what will be A dash intersection B dash? So this A dash intersection B dash will be, just check here. This A dash is here and B dash. So what is common? 6 and 7. So this A dash intersection B dash is 6, 7, and A union B whole dash is also 6, 7. It means this De Morgan's law is verified, right? Similar part, like second one, A intersection B whole dash is A dash union B dash. So what is A intersection B dash? It is U minus A intersection B. So what are those elements which are present in U but not in A intersection B? This is A intersection B and this is U. So like 3, 5 are present here. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 are in U but not in intersection. So this is A intersection B dash, and what is A dash union B dash? 1, 2, 4, 6 and 7. So 1, 2, 4, 6 and 7. So hence both are equal. So this is verified. Now it's time to take a very good problem which is based on power set, and this is very important theorem also. Like when there are two sets A and B, then power set of A intersection B is equal to power set of A intersection power set of B. This is very important question actually, and we will use the same analysis. Like, so just take this problem. So this is the question, and before proving, let me write something like there is a set Q, and the elements will be 1, 2, and what will be the subsets? It will be obviously phi 1, 2, 1, 2, and if we form a set, it will be P of Q. This is a power set, you remember? Like power set of a set is a set whose elements are the subset of the given set. It means you write all the subsets of Q, which is null set 1, 2 and 1, 2, and make a set. So this is a power set, right? So please just note this point. Now we want to prove that P of A intersection B is P of A intersection P of B. Concept is same. For equality of two sets, prove that there's a P of A intersection B is the subset of P of A intersection P of B, and in the same manner this P of A intersection P of B is the subset of P of A intersection B. Means like if we are proving that A is a subset of B and this B is a subset of A, then we will say that A and B are equal. So for this, assume that there is an element capital X which belongs to this set. When this X belongs to this set, actually this is power set. Like, so this X belongs to power set of A intersection B. So please note here, so when any element belongs to power set, it means the same element is the subset of this set. Why I am saying? Just see here. Assume that this is the element. So this element 2 curly bracket 2 belongs to P of Q, and at the same time this element curly bracket 2 is the subset of set Q, correct? Because this curly bracket 2 is an element of P of Q, but this curly bracket 2 is a subset of Q also. It means if any element X belongs to P of Q, the same element X will be the subset of Q. So I am using the same concept. So when this X belongs to P of A intersection B, so obviously this X is the subset of A intersection B. When this X is a subset of A intersection B, it means X is a subset of A and X is a subset of B, because X is in common part. See, this is A, this is B, this is intersection part. So when this X is a subset of A, obviously A, because this is the part of A, and this same part is a subset of B also. So when X is a subset of A intersection B, X is a subset of A and X is a subset of B. So when X is a subset of A, X will belongs to power set. Reverse technique. When an element is a subset of A, the same element will belongs to power set of A. And in the same manner, X belongs to power set of B. So when X belongs to both power set, it means it will belongs to intersection also. So you can see the X belongs to P of A intersection B and the same X belongs to P of A intersection P of B. It means this set P of A intersection B is the subset of P of A intersection P of B. Now for second portion, assume that there is a Y which belongs to P of A intersection P of B. So if this Y belongs to P of A intersection P of B, this is intersection, so we can write Y belongs to P of A and intersection means and, because we are sure. So Y belongs to P of B also. If Y belongs to power set of A, it means Y is the subset of A and Y is the subset of B. And if Y is the subset of both A and B, it means it is a subset of intersection also. If it is a subset of intersection, it means it will belongs to power set of intersection. So this is the subset of this. So from equation 1 and 2, both are equal. I hope it is clear. Now here there are some important results based on operations on set. Please remember there are a lot of results are based on these theorems actually. So instead of remembering, you must understand it. Like first result is when there are two sets A and B, then this A minus B can be written as A intersection B dash. So both are correct, but how? So let me prove a few points. Take this first one. We have to prove this A intersection B dash is equal to A minus B. So concept is same, proof both are the subset of each other. So for this, assume there is an element which belongs to A minus B. So if this element is present in A minus B, so it means this element must be in A, but this element will not be in B. And if this element is in A and it does not belongs to B, it means it belongs to B dash, property of complement. And it means X belongs to A and X belongs to B dash. It means X is present in both set. Both set means intersection. So X belongs to A intersection B dash. It means when X is in this set and the same X is in this set, it means this first set is the subset of second. Similarly, assume there is a Y which belongs to A intersection B dash. If Y belongs to common part of A and B dash, it means Y is in A and Y is in B dash. Y is in A, and if Y belongs to B dash, it means Y does not belongs to set B. And if Y is in A and Y is in B, Y is not present in B, it means this is the property of difference and doesn't means intersection, because here it does not belongs and here it belongs. It means this is A minus B. So Y belongs to A minus B. So this Y belongs to A intersection B dash and this Y belongs to A minus B. It means this is the subset of A minus B. So from equation 1 and 2, both are correct. So similar case is here, when B minus A is written, it will be equal to B intersection A dash. In the same manner, when A minus B is equal to A, then A intersection B is phi. This third point, please see here. When A minus B is A, it means A intersection B is phi. How it is possible? Just see here. This is A, this is B. So I am saying A minus B is A. So when A minus B is A, it means X is only present in A but not in B. So it means all the elements are here. All the X are here. And you can easily see here it is only possible when A and B are disjoint. So in this case, A intersection B will be phi, because if this is the condition, if this is correct, this is A, this is B, so here A minus B is not equal to A because this part is left. So it means when A minus B is equal to A, it means A and B are non-intersecting sets and there is no common part. And this theorem can easily be proved by using this technique also. In the same manner, A minus B union with B will be A union B. Now you can see this is A, this is B. So this portion is A minus B. If this set is A, this set is B. And focus on this portion. This circle is actually total B. So when we merge both A minus B and B, so A minus B union B, it means whole union. So A minus B union B means A union B. Similarly, A minus B intersection B means nothing, because A minus B is this part and this B portion is different. So there is no common part. This second last is also very good theorem. When A is a subset of B, then B dash is a subset of A dash, right? So we will prove also this theorem. And this finally last one is A minus B union B minus A is equal to A union B minus A intersection B. We have already discussed in symmetric difference. So this is A, this is B. So A minus B means this portion is A minus B. Take only those parts of A which are present in A but not in B. And this is B minus A. Take those elements which are present in B but not in A. So this is A minus B, this is B minus A. So A minus B union B minus A means you subtract this common portion from the whole union. So that's why I have written A minus B union B minus A is equal to A union B minus B A intersection B. Now come to this second last point. So in second last problem, it is given when A is a subset of B, then you have to prove B dash is a subset of A dash. When we are proving that B dash is the subset of A dash, how we will initiate? We will assume that there is an element which belongs to B dash and we will show that the same element belongs to A dash also. Then this is the subset of this. So now let X belongs to B dash. It means X does not belongs to B. And if X does not belongs to B, X does not belongs to A. This step is important. Why I am saying? Because assume like Allahabad is the subset of India. Obviously, if someone is not present in India, then we will say that the same person is not in Allahabad. So this is the same situation. This is India, like set B, and this is Allahabad, set A. If anyone is not present in circle number B, obviously he will not be present in set A or in portion A. So that's why I am saying if X is not present in B, so definitely we can say X is not present in A, because if someone is not present in India, it means he is not in Allahabad. So that's why X is not present in A. So when X is not present in A, it means X is present in A dash. So now you can see if an element is in set B dash, and if the same element is present in A dash, it means this B dash is the subset of A dash. So I have used this concept here only. So this is very special theorem also, that when A is a subset of B, then in case of complement, this condition will be reversed, like B dash will be the subset of A dash. Now let's take some important results based on number of elements in set. Like if I am saying actually this n of A union B means number of elements in A union B. This is also known as cardinal number, you must remember. So I am saying if we want to develop a formula that what should be the number of element in A union B. So very easily you can derive this formula, like if you want to know what are the number of elements present in the whole circle. So for this you can say if I am taking this circle of A, so we can say A union B means this circle n of A and the same circle n of B. But please focus here, actually this part we have taken 2 times, because while we were taking A, so we have considered this part, and when we were taking B we have already considered this part. So it means we have taken this part 2 times, so that's why we have to subtract one part. So this is the final formula, that A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus common part. Similarly, when this part, this intersection part is null set, means both sets are disjoint. So when there is no intersection part, it means there is no common element. So when there is no common element, so this will become 0. Like actually A intersection B will be phi, no element. So then n of A intersection B will be 0. So when the sets are disjoint, then n of A union B will be n of A plus n of B. What should be the formula of n of A minus B? So n of A minus B means this portion, because A minus B means those which are present in A but not in B. So n of A minus B means we can say if from this circle of A, if we remove this common part, we will get this part. So we can easily say that this n of A minus B means n of A minus intersection part. Similarly, n of B minus A you can easily write like n of B minus n of A intersection B. Now come to the what is the formula of n of A delta B. So this is actually symmetric difference. So symmetric difference means A minus B union B minus A. Now assume this is set number A, this is set number B. So n of A minus B union n of B minus A means we can write this or assume that this is P, this is Q. So it is written n of P union Q. So we will write n of P union n of Q. Why I have written? Because n of you see here n of P union Q means we will write n of P plus n of Q minus n of P intersection Q. Right? So this P intersection Q means A minus B intersection B minus A. And we already know this is A minus B part and this part is B minus A. So there is no common part. So here this portion will be phi. So this will become 0. So that's why n of P union Q will be n of P plus n of Q. So ignore this part. Just focus here. So this is n of A minus B union n of B minus A means we are writing n of P plus n of Q. So what is n of P? Means n of A minus B. N of A minus B means n of A minus intersection part. Similarly, n of B minus A means n of B minus intersection part. These two, this formula. And you can see this is n of A plus n of B minus 2 times their intersection. So this is the final formula. Number of elements in A delta B will be n of A plus n of B minus 2 times intersection, whereas in this formula this is n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. I hope it is clear, or if it is not, let me take another one. So we have n of A minus B union B minus A. Yeah. So assume this is P, this is Q. So we can write n of P union Q. So we will write n of P plus n of Q minus n of P intersection Q. I hope it is clear. I have assumed that this is P, this is Q. Now put the value. N of P is A minus B, n of Q is B minus A, minus n of P means A minus B intersection B minus A. Now see here, this is A minus B, this is B minus A. Why I am saying? Because this portion is A minus B and this portion is B minus A. If this is set A, this is set B. So there is no common part. So that's why this portion will become 0. So this n of A minus B union B minus A can be written as n of A minus B plus n of B minus A. And this n of A minus B can be written as n of A minus intersection part plus this B minus A can be written n of B minus intersection part. So finally we will get n of A plus n of B minus 2 times their intersection. So this is the formula for A delta B. So similarly, when there are 3 sets, so for this you write n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus common of AB, common of BC, common of CA, and please note it will be plus common of A, B and C. So same concept for 3 sets. So you must remember, like when there are 3 sets, union of 3 sets means sum of their individual number A plus B plus C minus AB minus BC minus CA plus common of all the 3, A intersection B intersection C. Last 2 are based on De Morgan's law. Please, if you want to write number of elements in A dash union B dash, so you can write n of, this is A intersection B ka whole dash, and please note this n of A intersection B whole dash can be written as universal minus set. So it will be n of U minus n of A intersection B. In the same manner, this A dash intersection B dash can be written as n of A union B whole dash, De Morgan's law. Like A dash intersection B dash is equal to A union B whole dash. And this whole dash can be written as universal set minus the same set. Like, so this is the major, there are 6-7 important results are based on elements in set. Now these last 2 are very important result, and please try to understand. Suppose if you want to find the number of elements in exactly 2 of the sets, there are 3 sets A, B and C. Now I have colored it. Why? Just see here. Actually, if I am asking what is the common between A and B, you can say that this part and this white part, say this is the brown part. So this brown plus white is the common between A and B. In the same manner, this common between B and C will be brown plus white, and common between A and C is brown plus white. We are talking about number of elements in exactly 2 of the set. Means we will take those elements which are present in exactly 2 sets. So now you can see this brown part is actually common between A and B. Actually common between A and B is this brown plus X, but we have to take only those portion which is exactly of 2 sets. So this is brown part. So means we need to find this brown plus this brown and plus this brown. We will not take this X because this is common in all the 3 sets. So for exactly 2 sets, common portion is this brown, this brown, this brown. Actually this brown is A, this brown is B, this brown is C. So means for A plus B plus C, what you are doing, for this you do one thing, write this part. So it is actually brown plus x, for this brown plus x, and for this brown plus x. So actually we have taken brown plus x, brown plus x, and brown plus x. So this first brown is actually a, so this is a plus x. Second brown is b, it is b plus x, and third brown is c, c plus x. You add it, you will get a plus b plus c and plus 3x. So actually we require only a plus b plus c. So for this we have to remove this 3x, and this x is the common. So that's why when number of elements which are present in exactly two sets will be a intersection b plus b intersection c plus c intersection a minus 3 times x. X means common in a, b and c. So this is the final formula, that number of elements in exactly two sets will be a intersection b plus b intersection c plus c intersection a minus 3 times a intersection b intersection c. Now come to this last part where you have to find number of elements in exactly one of the sets a, b and c. So actually they are talking about this green part, say p, this part is q, and this part is r. So what is p plus q plus r? So because of this green part is present in exactly one set, which is set a, and this q part is present only in set b, whereas r is present in only in set c. So number of elements in exactly one of the sets a, b, c means p plus q plus r. So by using same concept we can say it will be n of a plus n of b plus n of c. So for n of a, n of b, n of c means we have taken the whole union, but you can see we have covered this portion as well as this portion and this portion also. So we have to subtract 2 times intersection of a intersection b, 2 times b intersection c, and 2 times c intersection a, plus we have to add 3 times a intersection b intersection c. So actually these all the results are based on logic. So when you are using proper logic you can easily derive these results. So for this you please remember for exactly one element means you add all the three sets, subtract 2 times their common part like a, b, b, c and c, a, plus finally add 3 times their intersection part. So the problems based on these theorems will be taken in the next video, and meanwhile you please revise and analyze these theorems. Thank you so much.